Because 10 out of 10, we didn't want y'all. The ones who are passport bros, we didn't want. And that's on everything.
In their white zaddy's footsteps by trying to colonize unconquered women in other countries with their passports? Are the ninjas doing what their white daddy did and taking their
Traditional women? No, y'all want women y'all can control and abuse and tear down. That's what y'all...
These other women in other countries, what white men did to black men when they came to Africa. Instead of the good book, it's a passport.
Ultimately, I don't feel any type of way about the passport bros because you find your happiness where you find it. And if they have trouble dating United States, that is best suited for them. And I have no problem with that. And women, same thing. If you're finding a hard time dating where you live in a certain state or city or country, go someplace else. It's everybody's privilege. And I even just heard, like, there's this whole term about sexual tourism, and women got it real bad. Like, we're talking about the passport bros, but apparently there are places that women can go where it's like, pick your boyfriend for the week. I was like, what?
It is always the women with zero market value who have the strongest opinions on what men do with their wallets. They are just bitter that men are spending hard-earned money on fun instead of sponsoring her life.
Can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them? I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control, and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
She calls men mid and basic solely to cope with the reality that they are ignoring her. It is pure resentment because she cannot stand to see a man happy and thriving without her. She attacks his peace just to feed her own delusional ego.
Hey, passport bros, help me understand your logic here, because I really don't get it. So you complain about American women, how they're of no value, they're just after you for your money, they just seem like too much work to get, not feminine enough or submissive enough. Your solution is to pack up all the things you know, leave all the people you love, move to a country you're not familiar with, to a place where their language might not be your own, in a new culture, to maybe meet a woman that will be very obviously into you because of your money. How is this? It just seems like a lot of work. If working to get a woman is the thing you're trying to avoid, that just seems like a lot. So I don't know if you guys follow the Reddit account of Passport Bros. I do. It seems like almost every post is about how it doesn't actually work. Women in these countries, they're going to use you for your money, but then have a more connection with the men that actually speak their language, men that are actually within their culture. They're just laughing behind your back because they know that they're just using you for your wallet, the thing you were trying to avoid by leaving America to begin with. Make it make sense.
It is baffling that these women trash men daily, yet have a meltdown when those same men go overseas. They accuse foreign women of using men for money while treating their own dating lives like a financial transaction. They are just angry that their ATM is dispensing cash to someone else.
Passport bros flying into Medellin, Colombia, you're not welcome anymore. Things have changed. About 2 to 3 weeks ago, immigration has started a new process. If you are a single male, non-Colombian flying into Medellin, they're going to take your phone and they're going to look at your Tinder, your WhatsApp messages, all of your messaging apps, photos, videos, reading your messages, translating them. So if you're coming here looking for tourism, you can and will be sent back to your country. The whole country has collectively been working together to try and stop this type of tourism. They don't want passport bros here.
Really?
Well, thanks for informing us. We'll clean the phone before we get there. Why can't these women mind their own business?
So the passport bro movement is proof that men need women It also speaks to how women don't give a crap and we don't need you at all. Men will say, well, how is this proof that we need women? Think about it. You're going to leave your entire country on a trip for kitty cat. This is beyond sad. And I love this for men.
Now, I don't have nothing personally against passport bros. I'm not a passport bro myself, but in all honesty, men and women need each other. And I think the stark contrast between men is men don't go out here saying that we don't need women or we don't want women. Women are the only ones that are doing that. And not that I really have an issue with it, it just doesn't make any sense to me, because at the end of the day, there are some people who are going to be happy being single. There are some people who aren't going to want a partner. But on the other end, there are also people who think they're going to be happy being single for the rest of their life until they actually have to live in their truth. If you don't support the passport bros, that's fine. But I just don't understand why you would be making a video about people that you claim that you don't care about. If you don't care about these guys that you deem as like lesser value than you, then why even make the video? Why even sit here and clown them? And I really don't understand what y'all expect these guys to do. Like, they just want to go somewhere where they feel like they're valued. Is it the best solution? Probably not. But at least they are trying to do something to get what they want. And, you know, a lot of women who hate on these passport bros, I'm just going to be 100% honest. A lot of y'all only are sitting here crapping on those passport bros because y'all don't meet the qualifications to get the type of man that you want in the United States. Like, we need to get to this point where we can just let people be happy with their choices. Date whoever you want, do whatever you want to. But if you're not getting the results you want, there's no need to sit here and talk about what other people do when you yourself are not getting the results that you want.
True indifference looks like silence, not a dedicated video series about how unbothered you are. That hysterical fake laugh is a dead giveaway that she's actually seething inside. She clearly cares way more than she admits.
I didn't know what a passport bro was until one of my recent videos did well. Now I have the misfortune of knowing what the fuck that is. And my only question is, who's going to tell them? Who is going to tell these men that American women are some of the last demographics of women to catch up with what we're talking about right now? You think Russian women are going to put up with your shit? You think Asian women are going to go 50-50 with you on the bill? You think French women are going to sleep with you just because you showed up? Oh, who's going to tell them? The reason why you can't find a traditional woman in America anymore is because there's no such thing as a traditional home or family structure because of the way our economy is fucking us all over right now. And I think it's ironic that American women, in response to this, are going, oh, I can make my own money and I don't have to have kids and go through the painful process of labor and raising children alone, and I don't have to pretend to like someone's grubby little son in order to make ends meet, in order to survive. I have literally all the options in the world. Oh, I'm going to be a career woman and I'm going to be alone. And men's response to this is, better renew my passport, because you guys are the ones who are afraid to be alone. You guys are the ones who would rather fly to a foreign country and find a wife than be alone.
Foreign women might not split the bill, but they certainly won't exploit your generosity by ordering the most expensive items on the menu. Western women treat dates like a free buffet, making a relationship with them a financial disaster from the very start.
Okay, let's talk about passport bros. Here's the first thing you need to know about these walnuts. Have you noticed that the ones who are chanting passport bros are the same ones that are also chanting about how they don't want to pay for dates? They basically want you to believe that they can't afford dinner, but they can afford a passport and a flight out of the country. Second of all, they're in for a rude awakening, and I'm kind of here for it. We all know that the bar is in literal hell in the United States, and they're going to find that when they leave the United States, that women's standards are actually higher. So the only women they'll be getting are the ones that they're paying for, or women from impoverished areas that are desperate. And if you're thinking, damn, that sounds predatory, you would be right.
If a man is going to be used for his resources, he might as well travel to find a woman who is actually attractive. It makes no sense to settle for a Western woman with a high body count and male friends when better options exist. The women hating on this definitely have a few cats waiting for them at home.
American women didn't want me, so I went to the beach and got a much hotter Latina that does want me and looks way better than all these salty girls that are getting mad at all the good-looking men that are, 35, 37 with money. She is 20 years old, by the way, are leaving behind the masculinity, leaving behind the entitlement for beautiful, feminine, submissive women.
The sheer amount of hate in the comments under this video proves that they absolutely loathe seeing a man happy. You never hear of foreign men traveling to the West for love because the local quality is abysmal. It is no wonder men are packing their bags and leaving.
Black men back in the day weren't like this. Growing up, I actually never saw young Black American men in Thailand. I always saw older Black men, usually always retired vets. And yes, they were married to Thai women, but there was always this like mutual love and respect for Black women. They always respected us here. Like, in fact, they all looked at me like I was their niece or little sister. Like, your people on the other side of the world should make you happy. Should like spark something in you that like, you're on the other side of the world. Why are you making hate pieces and think pieces about Black women? Your mother looks like me or a variation of my skin complexion. Why do y'all dislike Black women so much? Now, this is not all Black American men, but y'all passport bros, stop with the, oh, Black women are following us here to Asia, to Thailand. Again, I've been living here for 14 years since I was 16 years old. So I know what I'm talking about when I tell you, you weren't here, okay? This was 2011. You weren't here. You weren't thinking of Thailand. You probably didn't even know where Thailand was on the map. And that's no shade, I'm just saying. To just clear any rumors, Black women aren't coming to Thailand to date. However, nobody wants to be by themselves. Everyone wants and needs love. So when you hear us talking about our experiences, it's not putting Black men down, it's just sharing what we go through as women in a foreign country.
What James meant was that we don't want rotten Black women in Thailand. We don't want you to contaminate the dating scene over there in Thailand. It's not that deep.
Bro, it's like so hard nowadays to like find a good woman. I feel like the only way to do that is to go to a third world country, man. It's like they know what's up. They like know the values. And I just like really want to take advantage of a young woman from a third world country and like dangle a pathway out of intense poverty like in front of her face so that like I could take her back home with me and like take her to a place where she has no family and friends, and so that way if she wants to leave me, like she can, bro. And like that way I could like have a mommy maid forever. And like what I really want in life is to like book my mommy maid forever, bro. Doesn't that sound like amazing?
They demand a six-figure provider while offering nothing but microwaved nuggets and iPad parenting. You pay for everything, yet she refuses to cook, clean, or even maintain her appearance. It is the worst trade deal in history, which is exactly why men are packing their bags. That's it for this video, guys. Help us grow by subscribing to the channel. Drop your thoughts down below and don't forget to leave a like as well. See you next time.